It's a super exciting demo day. So hopefully everyone's audio's problems fix themselves. But c'est la vie. Right. So without further ado, I think our first demo presenter is Rubicon. And you guys were ready. So let me know if you're ready now. And you can just start whenever.
Great. Thank you so much, Fonnie. Can everyone hear me?
I hear you perfectly loud and clear.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to present. Today, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit about Rubicon, show you guys a little product demo, as well as how our protocol works. So just as a quick introduction, Rubicon is an order book protocol. So we're in order book DEX. We're currently live on Optimism. And with that, I'll start sharing my screen. Can everyone see this screen nicely?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so app.rubicon.finance is our only URL. Please bookmark it to be safe and be careful of scams. We know people are out there trying to do naughty things in crypto sometimes, but yeah, this is the Rubicon app. Our website is rubicon.finance, and we're an order book DEX on Optimism. So some of you may have used order book exchange, centralized order book exchanges before, as compared to AMMs. We think that with the low costs and the fast transactions that Optimism and other layer 2 networks and rollups can bring, order books will see a resurgence in popularity and become the dominant form of DEX just because of their efficiency and a lot of the benefits they give to both traders and liquidity providers. So you can see we support the major wallets here, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, as well as Wallet Connect wallets that have Optimism support. So let's go ahead and connect with MetaMask. So I'm already signed in. We missed the network modal, but here we are connected to the Rubicon app. So let's try to make a market order on the order books. Let's just go ahead and swap some WETH. Not sure if you can see the MetaMask notification here. Simple as that. We've already had a successful Optimism super fast, as I'm sure you guys know. And that was the simplest trade we can place possible. So that was a market order. That means we crossed the spread. We hit this ask right here. Now let's try placing a limit order. What do we think ETH is? What do we want to buy ETH at? Let's just do 3,000. Again, we can view the transaction on Etherscan if we want to. Optimism's pretty fast, so it may be gone pretty quick. It's already confirmed. Our front end and the graph are just waiting to pick it up. And there we are. So unlike a lot of order book exchanges, Rubicon does not run an off-chain order book or any off-chain servers that contain core swapping or exchange logic. All of it is on-chain and powered by Optimism and the blockchain. So as long as the Optimism chain is online, Rubicon is online. We think that's really cool. So let's check out our next big feature, which is Rubicon pools. These are market making pools where you can deposit into single asset pools, and market makers can go out, use that crypto, and go place bids and asks on the exchange. So currently we have almost $1 million worth of crypto assets locked in here, and we can explore how these pools have performed over different time windows. So we arrive at the estimated APY, taking the 7-day percent change, the 7-day growth, and the 30-day growth. And you can see that in the past month or so, again, these are risky pools. I have to have the disclaimer that providing liquidity, not just on Rubicon, but anywhere, is always risky. And you should know the scenarios where you make money and where you lose money. But in the past 30 days, our DAI pool has returned to 2.15 to almost 2.16% for liquidity providers. So if we want to deposit some DAI into this pool, click it, easy enough. is the prefix we attach to our LP tokens. This is similar to an Aave A token or a Compound C token, but instead of being a lending and borrowing market, this is just what we call tokenized order book liquidity. So let's put in just 50 DAI. Waiting for transaction to confirm. It probably already has confirmed. Again, just waiting. Here we are. Okay, so now we've been minted Bath DAI. You can see the USDC value here by hovering over it. We can also see any of our balances of supported assets over and under the portfolio tab. And we can view those assets priced in USDC or a bunch of other stable coins. We can see what percentage of our portfolio those assets make up. So we're constantly improving the portfolio feature. We think this is really cool to track your balances on Optimism. And so I've shown you trade, I've shown you pools. Now, if we want to look through historicals, we can head on over to history. And sometimes the graph's on a bit of a delay, so we might be missing our most recent trades here. But we should be able to view them on Etherscan anyways. If we want to make a swap as well, our router just finds the best rate on the Rubicon order books. So we can go from WETH. And sorry about the push to talk. I'm having to spam it a little bit. If we want to swap from WETH to DAI, we'll wait for the transaction to confirm. Done. Perfect. Okay. Those are the major big usages of Ethereum of Rubicon that we have today. We have trading on the order books with limited market orders. So again, no off-chain logic, no off-chain order book, no servers that can go down. We inherit the security of the underlying blockchain. We think this is really, really cool. And as these layer 2s get better and better and their costs come down, our order books will simply, AMMs are simply not going to be able to match the consistency and the high frequency nature of the order books. So next, I wanted to give you guys a little deep dive on what's going on under the hood of the Rubicon protocol. So over in our documentation, just docs.rubicon.finance, we have a bunch of tutorials, guides, as well as deep dives on the different contracts in the Rubicon protocol. So this is our kind of major master image here of the protocol, if you will. And so we interacted with Rubicon Market, which is the base order book contract. It supports swaps between any ERC20s. And from there, we have the set of contracts, which is we call Rubicon pools. So the liquidity providers, I just deposited into the Bath DAI pool, and then a strategist bot, a market maker bot, is able to take that DAI as well as ETH and divide that liquidity into pairs and go make markets on the Rubicon order books. And then the Bathhouse is kind of a separate contract that sets different parameters. And I know I'm coming up on my time here and I want to get to questions. So I just wanted to show you guys one more cool image on how these Bath tokens work. This is from our white paper. I'll make sure to do a little link blast of all the stuff I've showed you today so you don't lose it. This is how Bath tokens work. So as a liquidity provider, I can deposit DAI or I can deposit ETH and I will receive that Bath token. Which is, again, tokenized order book liquidity that's yield bearing. Into the DAI pool, a strategist will draw out some DAI or draw out some ETH or any other asset, and they'll go make markets on that pair on the order books. The yield from the market making from the exchange is passed back to the pool. If you want to learn how this is done, I definitely recommend reading the white paper. We have some great explanations in there. And strategists get a performance fee for paying the gas and actively managing the liquidity for the pool. So right now, our team is strategist 0. We're building out the system internally and we have an internal trading desk. But in the future, we want to decentralize this role entirely. And that's something we're working really hard on right now to get the security parameters right to be able to decentralize this critical role. So thank you guys so much for listening to my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Wow, that was amazing. You handle all of that on chain?
Yes. Thanks to Optimism. Thank you guys. So we are definitely one of the more like transaction spammy projects live on Optimism today. I think I checked one of our market making bots today that's done over 8,000 transactions on Optimism. So tons of money for public goods and tons of made markets and active markets.
It's fantastic. Buttery smooth, fast transactions will do that for you. Yeah, and if anyone has any questions, please go drop them in that demo day thread. And if we can't get to them now, we can always get to them while the other presenters are going. So don't feel scared to go drop them in. I'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll go on to Warden Swap.
Yeah, I'll stick around to answer any questions in chat as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much. People are normally quite shy, so I think we'll leave it for the chat. Warden Swap, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Amazing. All right, cool. Take it away. I can see your screen, but I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Push to speak. The struggles.
Okay, let me start again. Sorry for the technical errors. Okay, so welcome to Warden Swap, guys, and this is Fanas. I am the community manager of Warden, and this is Max, our developing team.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so we want to be financial independent, and that's why we bring the better financial world to you by finding the very best price from all markets in one place on Warden Swap with safety as the first priority for sure. And Warden is the first best rate AI swap with the lowest gas fees on multi-chains. Our mission is to be users' infrastructures to grow and build anything on top. Our only goal, we want our partners and users to get only the best and grow together as we are strongly believe in Web3 and decentralized concept. So we have everything from deep tech like best rate AI swap with best rate using machine learning from all decks and gas optimizations that Max will tell you more later on to the Meta Warden NFT called it. I see so many Meta Wardeners are here as well, so thank you guys. The most amazing part is communities. We also have the crypto payments and SDK for profit sharing with our partners as well. Next slide, please. So here's the update number. We have around $4.25 billion TTV right now. And this is a little bit about our NFT Meta Wardens. We have 3,000 NFT on BSC chain, which is all sold out in 4 minutes. Right now, there are around 1.6K holders. For Warden tokenomics, we have the good news that we tell you guys here the first place. We just launched the native Warden token on Optimism today. So users holding Warden tokens on Optimism will get discounts anytime when swapping, just like in this table. If you hold Warden token, 1,000 Warden tokens, you will get 10% discount immediately. Besides, we would like to support and enhance Optimism ecosystem. That is why we are the first and only platform that includes swapping discounts for OptiPunk NFT holders. I saw many OptiPunk holders here as a profile picture, so this is a good news for you. Just holding OptiPunks, you get discounts immediately. How amazing is that? 10% discount every time when swapping. Okay, so next, Max will tell you how we can get the best rate while gas optimization.
Okay, thank you, Mai. So, in order to reduce transaction cost on Optimism, we mainly focus on the size of transaction core data because it is the part that have high impact on the transaction cost. So, there are two techniques that we are using. The first one is data serialization. It is basically encode all the arguments inside the smart contract function and encode it into a single encoded byte. And we encode it in such a way that it uses smaller number of bytes compared to the original one. And the second technique that we use is address table. It is a smart contract that provides mapping between address and index. So we use this to convert the address into index first, and we put the index inside the core data in place of addresses. So we can reduce the size of address from like 20 bytes into only 3 to 4 bytes. And with these two techniques, here's the difference between our original implementation and the new one that we have optimized the gas cost. So on the left side is the original one. As you can see that the size of core data can be reduced by 50%. And we also compare with the other decks, and we can see that on Warden swap smart contract has still has lower size of core data compared to other decks. And yeah, that is the techniques that we have applied to our product.
Okay, so Mac just told us that anyone who use Warden swap will save up to 50% for gas fee, right?
Yeah, so as you can see that when we reduce the size of core data by half, the transaction cost also reduced by half because it has a high impact on the transaction cost. Yeah.
Amazing. So we just optimize the gas and it's amazing, but that's not it. We also have the SDK, so anyone doesn't have to build anything from scratch. Just use our SDK with the best rate AI and gas optimization that Mac just told us. Within 10 minutes, you can enjoy profit sharing immediately. So there are 3 types of SDK. The first one is library. This one is for developers. The second one, referral links. You can just put this link anywhere, and if it used, you get the profit. Super easy. And the last one is UI kits. Just copy the code and you get your own swapping page, just like this one. And your own swapping page can adjust color how you like it. I can guarantee that you get profit sharing super easy. And lastly, why Optimism? From our research team, Layer 2 is the answer for scaling solution, and we believe in Optimism ecosystem since the very beginning. Optimism developed like all the time with amazing team like this. Also, our team is also a big fan of Carl in launching Plasma Group as well. So, needless to say, that's why we choose Optimism, and we would like to grow together with Optimism users and Wardeners, Meta Wardeners as well. That's for Warden. Thanks.
Wow, that's amazing. I love to see the Optimism specific optimizations. You can get it real cheap if you optimize that call data. It's amazing.
Thank you. Also for OptiPunk as an NFT holder as well.
Yeah, that's love to see that. I definitely have some T's and C's apply. This is not trading advice. But yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, do your own research, but that's yeah, definitely have some of those. Yeah, all right. If you guys could just drop all your links in that thread so everyone can go find your application and get using it. Yeah, that's amazing. Cool. Okay, and then if anyone has any questions, also please drop them in that chat. And that I'm sure the teams are happy to stick around for a little bit to answer them. Kromalata. Oh, I definitely said that wrong. If you guys want to give it another try, let's see if the audio problems are fixed. Otherwise, if that doesn't work, we will move on to Artemis.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello. I can hear you. Amazing.
So great. Sorry for kind of mentioning that. So the spelling was kind of wrong. So it's pronounced Kromatika.
Kromatika, lovely.
Right, right. It comes actually. The name comes from automatic. So it's a word play. Chromatic, automatic, a little bit. So let's start. So what are we actually? So let me try to share my screen and let me actually know if you can see my screen. Can you please confirm?
Yep.
Okay, great. So what is Kromatika? Kromatika is one-stop DEX, which does regular DEX stuffs like limit orders and swap, but in a very different way, and it's in a very gas and also a value for the money way. What it means is that it has two different features. It has a limit order feature that I'm going to be explaining, and it has a meta swap aggregation feature as well. And I'm going to start with the limit order features. There are a lot of limit orders implementation out there. However, most of them have two problems. The first problem is the time problem. Like the limit order buy sell means that whenever a price is reached, the limit order needs to be filled and needs to be closed, and the funds need to be sent to the user. However, most of the time that is not happening, because there is no one to fill the limit order because of some reasons, and most of the time limit orders are stuck, even though they are the price has already gone. So how is Kromatika different? We are 100% guaranteed that the limit order will get filled once the price is reached. How? Well, that's a very interesting thing. Right now, Kromatika is integrated with Uniswap v3 version only in this current Optimism deployment. What that means is that it is implementing limit order by using a liquidity providing. What that means? Well, let's try to place a limit order. Like I'm going to go with a very simple mode. So placing a limit order, we have a fancy pro mode here that I'm going to show later on. But placing limit order means you select a pair. Like I want to sell so I want to sell 0.1 Ethereum for any other token. So I'm selecting and selling 1.0 Ethereum for USDC, and this is the limit order scenario. So the target price is 2,841, and I'm going to receiving this amount of money out of my limit order. Now the interesting thing is, I'm going to just trade and place the limit order in a moment. I can see all the transaction details. I can see how much the minimum I'm going to receive. Also, there are service fee that we charge in the native protocol token called Krom that guarantees that the limit order will be always filled and triggered when the target price has been reached. So let me confirm it. Okay, let me go back to the screen, and now I can see my limit order here, which is Ethereum to USDC, and I can see the price and see the details that the current price is this, and my target price is just above the current price. So I'm expecting this limit order to get filled. Now, why is this different than the other limit orders? Well, it's different because I have created limit order for 0.1 Ethereum, and I'm expecting I'm going to get $280. But I'm going to get up between 1 to even 10% more than that. Why is that? Because this is not a regular maker and taker limit order. We are implementing limit order by adding liquidity. So we are actually a liquidity provider. So this 0.1 Ethereum that was placed, it's actually a liquidity provider added on a very narrow price range. So that means anyone that is selling their USDC, they're buying into my Ethereum. And since they are selling, every sell or swap of USDC, users are paying swap fee. Guess where those swap fee goes? It goes to my position. So I'm earning all the swap fees from all those USDC that the users are swapping into my Ethereum. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to get 280 USDC. I'm going to get between 1 to 10% more USDC out of that. And now it's kind of the interesting part. Since this is a liquidity provision, I'm also going to get Ethereum back. So in theory, I'm getting more value for the money for my limit order because I'm a liquidity provider here. Hopefully my limit order gets filled in so that I can actually show how much I'm going to get. But if not, let me try to find an old one where I can see. Yeah, I have actually found an old one. So this is a very simple old one when I was kind of testing and trading at 0.01 Ethereum for 39 DAI. So this is my expectation that this is what I'm going to get. But what I did get is 40 DAI and also some Ethereum back. So I get a little bit more than what I expected here. And the reason is that I have explained before. So imagine now it scales up. So it's not like 30. So it's like $40,000, like 10% more for $40,000. It's a lot huge. Yeah, the same example here, right? So I wanted to trade 0.01 Ethereum for 40 DAI, but I get 41 DAI. And also I got like some Ethereum back. So this actually shows that Kromatika limit orders gets more value for your money, basically. And it scales up as the bigger amount it is. So you will get a lot more if you have traded like 4,000, 40,000 and so on. So this is like a first feature, limit order. And this is like our core feature. So let's go back to the second one, which is a very usual swap feature. Swap feature is kind of interesting in the sense that we are aggregating liquidity from different providers. So if you're about to swap like 40 Ethereum, which might be too much for USDC, you're going to save $4 here by using Kromatika than, for example, using Uniswap. So that scales up. And it really depends on the liquidity. So maybe this pair is not a good example because it has a huge liquidity. But as the liquidity is spread out across different dexes, you're going to save a lot because we are aggregating across all of them. So let's try 100. Maybe it's like too much, but maybe it's not. Yeah, so you're kind of saving a little bit. Sorry, I don't have like 100 Ethereums to execute this transaction, but this is it. Now, yeah, I'm going to show the pro mode. Like the pro mode is like this very same, but you can actually see a very nice candlestick chart and so on when for both swaps and for limit orders as well. So, for example, the same situation here, like if I want to do limit order, I can actually see the graph and I can place a limit order at the target price I want here. Now, what's next for Kromatika is gasless. Let me actually show that. So right now we don't have like a gasless mode, but we are planning to run a gasless mode. What actually means is that the users will not pay any gas fees here, especially on Optimism, because the gas fees are cheaper anyway, so why have them at all? Yeah, that's all for my demo. Please let me know if you have questions. I'm going to share all the links in the demo chat, and I'll be sticking around for any further to answer your questions.
Wow, that's amazing. Are you guys going to build your own like meta transaction relay, or are you going to use like an existing one?
Yes, for the gasless feature, we already have a partner that already has a relay on Optimism. So we're gonna be announcing very soon this gasless feature, and we're gonna announcing the partner as well that is already on Optimism. So this is how we're gonna relay the meta or the gasless transactions.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Definitely put that in the show and tell channel. I'd love to see that when it's live. That's amazing.
Yeah, maybe we'll do another demo day.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. All right, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the demo day chat. Otherwise, I think Artemis, you guys are up next. Iceman, are you here? I can see your screen, but I cannot hear you. Still nothing. It is not a demo day without some technical difficulties. Yeah, give it a minute for them to just try a different audio, maybe turning it off and on again. That always seems to do the trick. Yeah, otherwise, make sure you get your questions in. All of the projects that have demoed have dropped their links, so make sure to go check them out. Some really cool stuff got demoed today. I'm certainly going to go mess around with Kromatika. I hadn't really understood how that worked before. It's very cool. All right, we'll give Iceman another minute or so. I can see you, but I cannot hear you still. Yeah, in your settings, just check your audio input device is the thing with the microphone. But yeah, while those technical difficulties are getting sorted out, because there's always got to be something. I just wanted to say, if you guys have any dApps on Optimism that you would like to see demo, make sure to tag them in the demo day channel, and we'd be happy to have whoever come and demo as long as they're deployed. Yeah, very excited to see all these incredible applications that have been deployed recently and some of the OGs. So definitely make sure to ping them and get them live. Yeah, no, I still can't hear you. I'll give you another like 2 minutes to try. Maybe leave the call, check your audio settings, come back. Otherwise, we could maybe slot you in the next demo day and get you in then. Yeah, there's still no audio. All right, cool. I'm gonna call it, guys. That was great. Again, if you have any questions about the applications that have demoed today, please make sure to drop them in that Demo Day channel. As with everything, do your own research. None of this is training advice. And yeah, thanks everyone for coming. I hope you had a great time. And we will see you in the next Demo Day in 2 weeks or next week in the office hours. So if you have any questions, make sure to get those in as well. All right, guys. See you next week.